Welcome to my Boundary Waters vlog, or vlog as I guess you would call it. Today is day one. We got started a little late, approximately 11 o'clock I think is when we first set foot into the trail. Only are bringing 2 bags, but it's definitely a lot of stuff. I probably needed to pack a little lighter, a few less clothes, and a little less food. But today started off very well, and then it got very stressful towards the end. We're at a campsite right now, definitely not our first choice. In fact, it might be the worst campsite in the entire Boundary Waters, but we'll get to that in a minute here. So anyhow, as the day progressed, the wind picked up very much. As you can see out here, it is a little choppy, little wavy. That's actually a little less than it was earlier. When I first got onto Lake Agnes here, the wind really picked up. You probably can't see it from here, but a little bit over that way towards the middle of the screen right now is where the river enters into Lake Agnes. And what happened is it was so windy that I got pushed all the way from there all the way into over there, and was all up on this shore the whole way, getting beat to hell, trying to find a campsite, and this was the first one I found. It was actually a pretty scary experience. So we were up against the rocks. So once I found the campsite here, I immediately jumped out, unloaded everything, got in over my head. So my boots, which you can see there, those got completely filled with water. Socks over here, completely filled with water. Pants soaked. Bear is resting. He's very tired. He's done a lot of portages today with his little doggy life jacket there. The only dog we've seen on the trail, but he's been very good in the canoe. Campsite is here. Can't have a fire tonight because of the wind, but we're going to try to cook up some steak and mashed potatoes here for dinner. So a little tour of the old campsite here. We got the tent set up over here. Set that up, and so when we were scoping that out, I let Bear off of his leash. And over here, Bear found not only some other person's food, which he just threw out in the middle of the campsite, some old rice and beans that he took a chomp out of. Nice and moldy and filled with bugs. but there was also a giant piece of moose crap, or I guess droppings would be the correct terminology, or scat. But anyhow, it was a big one, so we moved all that so that bear didn't return and have another second helping. Here's Bear woken up from his nap. But overall, we made it. It was very stressful. Now that I've had a chance to relax a little bit, I'm feeling a little bit better. Hello, welcome to the Boundary Waters vlog. It is day 2. We are still on Lake Agnes today. A lot less wind than yesterday. I found a much better campsite, but no way I would have been able to make it here last night with all the wind. Today, very, very tiny amount of wind, enough to carry your boat across the water if you're just sitting there in the middle of the lake, but no waves or anything. It's just a very gentle breeze. But overall, it's going good. We did a little fishing today. Only caught a small northern. No walleye, unfortunately. There's too much wind for me to do that, and then Bear the dog wasn't cooperating. So we came back in, and I guess it'll be cheese and crackers for dinner. Other than that, yeah, this campsite is very spacious. I'll show you around here. This is the kitchen area. Right here, this little rock here which blocks the breeze, which is nice. Also good for solar charging and things like that during the day, drying clothes. Got Bear the dog. He's on his leash. Got our clothesline. The way to the bathroom. Our tent. Our little into shelter here. Keep our stuff dry. It's supposed to possibly rain here the next few days. These would also be some good hammock trees, so if I had a hammock next time, definitely would scope these trees out. Wood is hard to come by. Some people left all this wood here, but it's like rotten and wet, so it's going to be no good for us. But I gathered some twigs and things like that. So I'll have a little campfire. It won't be enough to cook a meal or anything over, but enough to keep us warm and entertained for a little while. What else do we got here at the site? Down to the lake. Got the canoe. A much gentler landing spot than yesterday. The place I went last night was just pure rocks everywhere, so there was nowhere even to get out. I ended up to my knees in water yesterday trying to unload the canoe, but here you have a nice gradual slope, which is really nice. Good view. Out by that rock, there's a pretty quick drop off. It goes to about 20 feet, and from 6 to 20 feet very quickly, so hopefully there will be some walleye there that we could get tomorrow, but had no luck today. But other than that, this is day 2. Like I said, a little bit better than yesterday. And we'll check in again tomorrow. I think we'll probably stay here again tomorrow, and then maybe the following day. I'm not sure if I want to move or not. It's a lot of work to keep tearing down and setting up tent, or camp rather. But at any rate, Bear, say goodbye. Alright, signing off. Hello, welcome. It's day 3 of the Boundary Waters here. It's Sunday morning, about 10:30 a.m. I'd say. It's been raining pretty heavy, like non-stop, for the past 6 hours or so. Everything outside the tent is soaked. The tent is starting to leak a little bit. Very humid and chilly. So just thought we'd check in give everybody an update on the day. Bear is over here in his sleeping bag. He was cold and shivering, so he's wrapped up right now for warmth, as am I. Definitely chillier than you'd like for it to be. In other news, our Spot text messenger satellite device, Spot may as well stand for spotty as heck, because it just stopped working. It won't turn on, won't do anything. I charged it last night, and should have full battery, but all of a sudden today it's just not working at all. So that's very convenient, because that's what I was using to let folks know when it was time to leave. So at any rate, we will be here until Friday, I think, now for sure, because the satellite messenger is not working. So unless we get that to go, get updates on the weather report, Friday is our time of departure. But I'm going to keep it in the sleeping bag. I'm hoping maybe it's just cold and it's affecting the battery, but I'm not overly optimistic. I don't know if you can see out there a little bit. That's how wet it is outside. Yeah, this is the lodging arrangements for the next few days here. Hello there. It's still day 3. I think the time right now is 9:09, so it's still very light out here. Definitely doing a lot better than we were earlier today when it was pouring for at least 6 hours straight. When I got out this morning, just to show you for perspective, I had this coffee cup up and it was filled all the way up to right here with water. So that's nearly two cups of water. I don't know how many inches that would be. I guess 5 inches of water overnight. So everything was very, very soaked. We're pretty much all dry now. There's still some clothes that are a little wet, but overall we took most of the day to get everything dry. Thankfully I brought 100 feet of paracord, which has been repurposed into multiple clotheslines throughout the campsite to hang up the tent, hang up the sleeping pads, the mattresses, the sleeping bags, etc., clothes. We finally got the Spot messenger working again, so we could send out a message just to let everybody know we were okay. This morning when I went to turn it on, it just wouldn't do anything. Wouldn't power on, wouldn't take a charge, wouldn't do anything, which is fine because you come out here expecting not to have communication, but when folks are planning for you to check in with them, I was just nervous that if I wasn't able to get a message out, people would think something happened. So anyhow, thankfully I brought the manual with, and after reading through that, I had to do a factory reset and finally got that working. But had I not brought the manual, we would have been not in a good spot there. A little bit windy today as well. I tried to go out in the canoe for a little while with the dog, Bear, and we tried to do some fishing, but it was just so windy I was afraid that we were going to get carried off to the other side of the lake instead of and not be able to make it back to camp. So we aborted mission on that. Came back here and just did some fishing off the shore and did some camp chores. Aside from that, very few people that we've seen. I think I only saw 2 people coming in to Lake Agnes today and only 1 group leaving on this side of the lake. So I'm guessing that maybe even though all the permits were sold out, a lot of folks might not be coming in as expected, due to current restrictions and stuff like that. But overall, we're doing better. Tomorrow it's supposed to be very, very hot according to the forecast, so we'll see how we fare with that. On the bright side, if it's hot, we'll at least be able to get everything dried out. But yeah, it's very, very quiet out here. You have a lot of time to reflect and think about things, um, which is good. You think you're gonna have a bunch of free time and not know what to do with yourself, but the day passes by very quickly. I thought I was gonna be able to read a bunch of books on my Kindle, and I haven't even had a chance to open it yet because I've constantly been trying to dry clothes, get water, clean up camp, etc. A lot of these campsites, even though this one was like very nice and very well kept, as you've been, you spend a couple days there and start familiarizing yourself with everything, you realize just like how badly people are treating some outdoor locations like this. So the boundary waters, for folks that don't know, you're supposed to pack it in, pack it out. Everything you bring in with you is supposed to go back out with you. You're supposed to, only collect trees and branches and stuff that are fallen, not be chopping down limbs and stuff from live trees. But as I've been here, I've noticed a lot of that doesn't happen. You go into the forest and you're looking for things, and you just find people's garbage that they've left here. They just throw their trash, or they're ripping the bark off of trees to burn it. Just overall not good stuff. So at least when I see the garbage, I try to pack it out. I think right now in my trash bag I have half of other people's garbage and half of then the rest of it is my own. But really wish I didn't have to do that, but it is what it is. But other than that, my only other musing for the day is I'm constantly yelling Bear, who's the dog, telling him, Bear, get out of here, Bear, leave that alone. And I can't help but wonder sometimes if people on the other side of the lake think that there's actually a bear at the campsite, which hopefully, knock on wood, we do not have any of those. But that's it for us for tonight. Bear, the dog, is here taking a little nap ski. He was cold this morning as well. He was in his doggy sleeping bag shivering from all the rain, so thankfully we brought that. But he's doing good, I'm doing good, and we'll check in again tomorrow. Take care. Cooking up our Pioneer breakfast here. We got some pancakes, or flapjacks as you might call them when you're out on the trail. Got our tea. Little kitchen setup here. Cooking them one hot cake at a time. Bear is looking for chipmunks, as he always is. He's taking a little relaxer. Not a person out on the lake that I've seen all day. I think we got it all to ourselves, socially distant. Hello and welcome to today's version of the Boundary Waters Fireside Chats. I believe today is, let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Today is day 4 of our Boundary Waters trip. Today it was very hot outside. It was probably high 80s, I believe was what was on the forecast, and the bugs were absolutely brutal. All day it was just black flies were biting nonstop. So me and the dog had our fill of those for sure. Nothing worked to get rid of them. Bug spray, any of that didn't work. Going out on the water, they were still there. So they did a number on us today. But there's worse places you could be. So on the bright side, you get to be out here enjoying nature. And enjoying the solitude. But today we saw a few people pass by, as well as heard some people on the other side of the lake. So nobody else wanted to fight the wind. We were the stupid ones for coming in on a windy day. That being said, the weather forecast tomorrow is supposed to be nice, but then Wednesday and Thursday it's supposed to be heavy thunderstorms and rain again. Heavy thunderstorms, rain, and wind again. And originally we were planning to head out on Thursday or Friday, but based on those forecasts and just how bad the wind's been the past few days, we're likely going to head out tomorrow just to play it safe. So we'll be cutting the trip a few days short, but so we'll have been here for 5 days. So that's not the full week that we had planned, but still 5 days is pretty good. Today we did some fishing. Caught 2 northern, 1 big northern, and then 1 small one. Unfortunately, the small one was not going to make it, so he had to become a little dinner appetizer instead of going back to swim with the other fishes. But other than that, I'll give you a view here of the lake. It's very peaceful right now. You got the campfire going here. It's helping with the black flies a little bit, but there's still a few of them are still brave enough to bite us. Let's see here. That's good. Somebody's piece of fish. Here she is in all its glory. Today the water's just calm as glass. Not a wave to be seen, but on Friday, I tell you, there was white caps and it was scary to be out there. Okay, so we're back here. Right after I just signed off, I saw a beaver out in the lake, and I was watching him swim across. He's gone now, but as I was watching him to come back, I completely missed it. But there's this little turtle right down here. I don't know if you could see him. He's way up here from the water. It's kind of surprising to see him way up here. He's right there. It's amazing how much wildlife is out here. You don't even realize it. So there's him there. Earlier today I saw a snake and I saw another one over by the water's edge a couple seconds ago as well. And then last night, as I was going through the forest, the whole forest floor almost looked like it was moving. It was just covered in earthworms from the rain. And they were all over the place. Like literally every step that you took, there was a dozen worms that would just move and crawl back into their holes. I don't want to get too close to this guy and upset him, but it's amazing. I would never have thought that he'd be way up here. You'd think they'd be closer, in the water, but apparently not. Turtle's on the move. There he goes. Here's a little guy. he goes. All right, you're all camp. Stay down. There's a deer over there. Not sure if you can tip us over now. Stay. Stay. Big doe. Stay. Can't seem to win with the wind because every day it seems to be going the opposite way of where we're trying to go. On the way in, I took all my strength to paddle against the wind, going the direction, or coming from the direction that we're heading now. saw a family of beavers a little ways back there. And they've been busy building a few dams in the river since we last came through. Which requires you to get out of the canoe and pull it over. We're hoping that we're on the right river because there's two of them at the end of the lake. And I think this was the correct one, which was the western one. But I was able to see. Sit. Sit over our hydrant. Sit. Sit down, bear. Oh boy, ain't that fun. Oh. Oh, we got that one on camera. That was a lot of fun. Had to get up to our knees in water. I'll be relieved when we get to the first portage. They'll know we're on the right track. of sunlight. Half hours. It being this shallow. It's making me nervous.
boy, you know that? You don't always listen. But you went through all this. No complaints. Right side is around mosquitoes biting us too. Just flies. Surprised we didn't see more wildlife on the river here this evening. I thought we would at least see a few more deer. Maybe a moose. But maybe we're making too much noise. We had one scare, it was the dog. There was a beaver we saw in the lake, we went filming. And when the beaver saw us, he did a big baboom with his tail. Scared bear, and bear was about ready to jump out of the canoe. Thankfully he didn't. Hopefully our ride will be here. Our mom and dad pick us up around this corner. They would have been waiting here many hours because of all our delays and problems. Hello. Well, at this point I've been over my head so many times. Bear, you've been doing good about getting out of the canoe until now.
There was another guy here with a dog. His dog had it.
Bear had it too. He nearly gave up.
With the bugs and everything.
bear was giving up at one point
On what, the portage?
on the second to last portage. I thought I was gonna have to carry him. He like couldn't climb the hill.